So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we're looking at Oranguru, one of the best dedicated Trick Room setters in the format. So, one of the downsides of going for a dedicated Trick Room setter is usually they would end up just being very passive. They'd be super bulky and be able to set Trick Room, but then they wouldn't be able to do much in the Trick Room. Instruct changes that completely. Oranguru with Instruct means that you are effectively doubling the damage output of your Trick Room sweepers that you want to be having in Trick Room. So a very, very good attack indeed. Some teams do just fold to Trick Room Sweeper plus Instruct because they can survive the Trick Room Sweeper's attack, but they can't survive two. Like, Torkoal Eruption twice is KOing basically the entire board. The Instruct is a very, very good move for Oranguru as a Trick Room setter because then you are not passive. That's one of the big things. You will not be passive, you'll actually be helping do significant damage. The Bulk is able to survive a Mousehold's Technician population bomb and then just put into special defense otherwise. Very respectable Bulk indeed. It's going to be able to shrug off quite a few attacks. Normal on top of the Psychic is very good for it because then it's immune to the Ghost type attacks. So that is a very, very nice typing for a Trick Room setter. Inner Focus means it can't be faked out, which is also very good. Then you pair it with the Mental Herb so you can't be taunted. Then you pair it with the Terra Grass so you can't be spored. How are you stopping Trick Room? Trick Room is basically going up outside of the niche situations. Oranguru is going to set Trick Room in almost every situation. So, very, very good Trick Room setter indeed. You probably want Psychic as your way of doing damage if you can't Instruct, because you should always have some kind of damaging move with Oranguru so that you're just not locked into Instruct and not having the opportunity to do any chip damage. Psychic will do okay damage, like 90 is not too terrible, so it'll do a reasonable amount of chip, and Protect will just keep it safe on the field for a bit longer. But here are some other attacks. This is not a recommended moveset for Oranguru. These are some attacks you can have over Psychic. Foul Play will just not care about any of your special attack investment at all. You're not going for it anyway with the Oranguru, but Foul Play will do some nice chip damage. Also, if you were pairing it with the Terra Dark typing, then Foul Play will do some significant damage. This would be if you don't want the Mental Herb on Oranguru, because then if you don't have the Mental Herb, you can tear it into a Dark type to stop the Prankster taunts. Then it would pair with Foul Play quite nicely. Then you could just have Safety Goals to be immune to this board. Psy Shock hits on the special side, so it's basically do you want Psychic or Psy Shock, doesn't really matter. And then Bulldoze and Brick Break both can activate weakness policies on your Trick Room sweepers. Brick Break has the added utility of being able to break screens, so it would be able to do chip damage while also doing something else. Bulldoze is there exclusively to activate a weakness policy, so you wouldn't have Bulldoze if you don't have a weakness policy somewhere on the team, but that is a spread move, so it can't be redirected. Brick Break can be redirected, so you can't activate the weakness policy that way. Bulldoze can't be redirected. It's going to reduce the speed of your Trick Room Sweeper as well, so that they're more effective at sweeping in the Trick Room against the Pokemon that's in the back, because everyone gets a -1 speed drop, so against the Pokemon that's waiting in the back, they'll be much more effective at sweeping Trick Room that way. So just choose one of those attacks. You don't need more than one. Even just having Bulldoze as the attack, that would be fine, but you don't need more than one actual damaging move. These are some other support moves that you can have instead of Protect. Instruct and Trick Room should be guaranteed on Oranguru. If you're not using Instruct, there's no point using Oranguru. So you should have him Instruct and Trick Room, and then one of these over Protect potentially. Encore is a very good move, because if they're trying to stall out Trick Room and they just go for double Protects, then you can Encore them into that Protect and then attack the partner, and then they are very much locked down in that case. Yawn is a very good move to force some switches, so that if they're trying to have something that's good against your Pokemon in Trick Room at the moment, they have to choose, do they stay in and still be good, or do they switch out into something that doesn't want to be taking the damage from the Trick Room Sweeper. It can pin things quite nicely. Encore and Yawn are very good at pinning things. After You is a good consideration as well, because it is reasonably slow, and if you put this onto not a dedicated Trick Room team, then After You can help with the fast mode become slow. So that could be quite nice as well. And finally, Imprison. Imprison Trick Room is a good combination. So that would be able to be on a slightly faster team again. That wouldn't be on a dedicated hard Trick Room team. You'd want Imprison to stop the Trick Rooms that could be coming out. We'll just mention the other abilities as well. Like Symbiosis can definitely come into play if you activate a weakness policy with Bulldoze, and then you have some item that the partner would want to have, maybe something like a Life Orb. Even though that you are not using the yellow Life Orb yourself, the Symbiosis will be quite nice in that regard. I'm sure there's going to be some nice synergies with Symbiosis, so you can have a play around that. Also, Telepathy, if you've got something that's going to spam Earthquake or spam Discharge or something in the Trick Room, then Telepathy is also a very good ability. Inner Focus is great if you don't have anything that's going to attack yourself. If you do have something that's going to attack yourself, you probably should have Telepathy. So, yeah, very, very good Trick Room setter. Instruct is a busted move. So, Oranguru is going to be very good just because of that attack, and the bulk is very respectable. It's going to set up Trick Room almost certainly, so it is a very good Trick Room Pokemon indeed.